Hello friends, and welcome back to our little house on the mountain. My name is Lee. This is our little house on the mountain, and if you are new here and you enjoyed today's video, I would love to have you subscribe so that we can visit again. Today, we are going to talk all about toxic self-care trends that are taking over the internet. Now, I'm an advocate for self-care.
Eyebrows. There should be two. Another two coats and the sealant.
I think that human beings thrive on routine. I have routine and self-care videos right here on my channel. In my Healing Era program, I talk all about how a good, solid, healthy routine can be such a vital part of somebody walking into and walking through their healing journey. So of course, as always, human beings take things that are good and healthy and we go a little nuts. I am a believer that if you legally earn your hard-earned money, you should be able to spend that as you see fit. Now, I would encourage you to learn and build wisdom and understanding of how to steward those funds for the best result going forward. There's my other bud. But we all have little things where we're going to spend our money different ways. And we're all going to have opinions on what we deem necessary and unnecessary. So I'm definitely not here to be the moral authority on what is necessary and not necessary for self-care. Like for my birthday, I bought myself a record player. Some people might think that is highly unnecessary, and it might be, but it brings me joy. I might think something is highly unnecessary that somebody else enjoys, and that's okay. That's what makes us different, and I like that. Life has this way of humbling you, like really humbling a person. So I'm at a point in my life where I'm not interested in getting into the nuances of arguing with people over how they want to do their thing. I think why this is so important is because a lot of these trends are hurting other people in ways that they may not realize. So we're going to react to some videos today. I'm not personally on TikTok, but those videos tend to make their way downstream to Instagram, so I get the message eventually. I know what is trending and what's going on, and so we're going to react to some of these videos. I want to make it clear that I have no desire to shame the creator or to call out anybody. It's about the trend itself that I want to focus on. Some of this stuff is crazy.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I mean, we wouldn't watch a movie, well, hopefully, we wouldn't watch a movie like Peter Pan and then decide we're gonna jump off the roof and Peter Pan it, you know?
You lost it. Just hold that heavy thought, Peter.
I would like to think that we can detach ourselves from the entertainment of something and reality. I mean, I enjoy some of these videos where people are restocking their drawers with like 800 things they don't need because it's entertaining. Realize they're an influencer. This is what they're doing for a living. It's a tough world out here. We all got to make an income, right? So let's watch the first one. We're going to go through these and we're going to react to them as we go. Again, no hate to any of these people. I love a good bath time.
Well, pour it over my head so I get the soap out.
Yes, my dear.
Oh my. Oh no. Okay, see, and I do actually love how aesthetic these videos are because I love a good aesthetic. I like how colors flow together and, again, stuff that makes you feel warm and cozy. But when I watch these sort of videos, the things that stand out to me in my mind, especially the ones I've noticed there is a major trend around time of the month self-care routines, which I think is a great concept in and of itself, learning how to nurture and nourish your body during different times of your cycle, something I talk about in my Healing Era program. But what I notice in a lot of these videos is that there's a lot of things going on in them that are particularly toxic to your body during that time of the month. So the one thing I notice in a lot of these videos is how many chemicals are used. Now, if you're new here and you don't know me, I am in recovery from over 20 years of multiple serious chronic illnesses including stage 4 endometriosis. Glory to God on high, I'm cracking the code on the healing, the internal built-in healing mechanisms of the body, and coming out of that sickness cycle and walking through a healing era. And the chemicals stand out to me because so many of the things in these time of the month self-care videos are ripe with endocrine disruptors, parabens and sulfates, things that highly disrupt and disturb the hormonal balance of your body. So the reality is that ultimately dousing ourselves in chemicals is not self-care in the long run. Now, it doesn't mean that we can't enjoy a bubble bath and we can't enjoy bath bombs and we can't enjoy these things. We need to figure out how to do it in a way where we are not exposing ourselves to very, very harmful toxic substances. The other thing that I notice in all of these videos is the sugar. So I've noticed this trend in time of the month self-care videos. They'll show their partner, their husband bringing them bags of treats. They will show themselves loading up their Stanley Cup. There's the new snack thing you can put over the Stanley Cup, and you can load it up with all sorts of snacks. And it's soda, it's ice cream, it's candies, it's chocolates. And again, these things might satisfy in the moment, but what most women don't realize is that that time of the month and different times of the month, your body needs so much extra nourishment. And by causing your blood sugar to go up and down, as opposed to eating things that are nourishing, all we're doing is perpetuating the very symptoms that are causing us to feel like rubbish. A lot of times when we crave certain things during our cycle, like sugar or chocolate, it is actually because of a nutrient or a mineral deficiency, and it's manifesting itself as a craving of something that is actually doing more damage. So it's not that you can't have a good nourished cup of hot cocoa and put things in there that are actually going to feed and nourish your body and make you healthier in the long run. It's not that you can't enjoy things, it's that we have to start having better understanding and wisdom and making different choices while still enjoying ourselves, still nurturing our feminine, and still taking really good care of ourselves. So we'll dive into the next video, but before we do that, I just want to stop real quick and let you know that I have created so many different resources for you to dive into. I have a 135-page e-guide all about making your own beauty and self-care products. And in each section in there, I also have ideas on how you can turn these homemade products into gifts. So that might be a good resource for you for the upcoming holidays. I also have an e-guide on longer, stronger hair naturally. I have a fully nourished recipe book, and I have a fully nourished dessert book coming out. So if you want to be notified when that comes out, go ahead, go on our website and subscribe to our mailing list. And of course, I have my online programs and another one coming up soon, Entering Your Healing Era, where I show you how to peel back the layers on sickness and walk into your healing era. And I also have my anti-hustle culture brand builder for those of you who are looking to increase your income online. What can be toxic about these, if we're not able to look at them for what they are, is that some of these types of routines are not reasonable or doable for everyone. Not everyone has the type of life right now or the time. Now, I do think it's a good idea if you are constantly chaotic and stressed to begin to make steps towards shifting your schedule so that you do have time for healthy healing routines, things that help level out your nervous system and help your body to heal and help your mind to be in a calm place so that you can think rational thoughts. But I think sometimes we can see these things and it can stir up covetousness, right? We can feel really jealous that we're not able to do those things, or we can start to almost get this idea that we need this thing to be okay. Restocking, where you see the 200 different products, the self-care videos, where it's a 15-step skincare routine, that we need 15 products to have good skin, or we need all of these elaborate routines to be caring for ourselves. And the reality is that that's not true. One of the things that I talk about in terms of intentional living is that self-care can look different in different seasons. Sometimes an act of self-care is allowing yourself to be in the moment. We talk about this all the time, to notice, the art of noticing. Noticing the color of the leaves, noticing how the light dances off of things, noticing the smell in the air, noticing the steam coming off of your cup of tea or coffee. The art of noticing and allowing yourself to do that. Making one good decision and swapping out one bad decision. So taking one thing off your plate in the morning that you would normally eat that is not doing you any favors and adding in something nutrient dense. That is an act of self-care. So self-care can look all kinds of different ways, and it can change in different seasons, and that's okay. You'd be amazed at how much better your skin looks when you actually use less ingredients instead of more. It's almost like in the moment, the highly chemical skincare gives us a result that we like for a short period of time, but my theory is that in the long run, it actually does more damage than it does good. So when I use a mix of the tallow skincare from like Clara and Fritz, which by the way, I always have a discount code for in my description box. It's a small faith-based company that sells tallow products. I use that. I use some of the vitamin C serum from Levin Rose, and then I use my homemade salves and balms and face cleanser. My skin is so much better. You do not need a 15-part skincare routine to have amazing skin. You do not need to be spending all of that crazy money to feel like you are part of some in crowd with people you don't even know. Okay, here we go. Does anybody actually have this many people stay at their house? Does anyone have this many friends? I need to know. I need to know what is going on with me. Oh my. Yeah. And we see a lot of these products repeated in a lot of these videos. I think some of these videos are brand deals that are hidden in plain sight. And okay, here we go. Okay. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. See, I feel like this has to be rage bait. Stop. You need to stop. This isn't real, right? No. Stop it. That is enough sugar. You better stop. Oh, okay. Okay. Breathe. So first thing, that was a lot to take in, but first thing, spending all of your money and not being a good steward of your money and spending it all on like just oodles and poodles of frivolous things that you don't need is not self-care. Not being wise with money is not self-care. Overconsumption is not self-care. It's going to cost you space because it's going to start feeling cluttered after a while, and clutter, most people know clutter is not good for your mental health or even your physical health in some cases. The other thing I've noticed with the Stanley Cup restocks is that a lot of the videos now are for children. So it's parents restocking their daughter's Stanley Cup or their daughter's snack bins or their kids' mini fridges. And it is always stocked to the brim with ultra processed food. And it's mostly sugar. I think that to break some of these generational health issues and some of the brokenness that we're seeing in women in the older generations. We have to begin to teach these young women about awareness and taking truly good care of themselves, to be wise with their money and steward their beautiful bodies well, and to have a conscious, aware relationship with the things that they're putting on and in their body. And I think that it's very toxic for other young women to be watching this, wanting their mom to get them 5 Stanley Cups and to restock their Stanley Cup with all kinds of sugary snacks and treats, and to pack out their mini fridge with ultra processed foods and sodas and all kinds of things that are going to create a blood sugar nightmare in their body, an inflammatory nightmare in their body. And it's teaching overconsumption, and it's teaching poor stewardship. I know some of these videos are meant to just irritate people, and sometimes it works on me. Sometimes it works on me, it does, especially when it comes to kids. I get very, Auntie Lee comes out, and I get a little upset, and I prefer not to. I'm so glad so many people are waking up to these things and making choices that are breaking generational wounds, generational trauma, generational bondage in their families. And some of these, hopefully some of these young girls can grow up and not have some of the issues that millennials have and Gen X has. That is my prayer, and that is my hope. So I have a lot of videos here on the channel if you want to do a little binge about intentional living and healed living and healthy routines and ideas for that and self-care. And I do hope that you are taking great care of yourself, and that you're able to look at some of these things that you see online and realize that so many of these things you do not need to be a whole, thriving person. So here's my little conspiracy, okay? Roll with me on this. I think that all of this is under the guise of self-care, but it's actually meant to keep us stuck in the cycle of over-consuming. I think it's to keep us trapped. We think we get programmed to think we need it all to be okay, to fit in, to have the things, to be truly taking care of ourselves. But they're keeping us trapped in a cycle of over-consuming their products. I don't know. Like I said, it's just my conspiracy, but it could be happening. I am so grateful that you chose to spend a piece of your day with me today. I thank you to those of you who asked for these types of videos. I do read all of the comments, so if you have a request, go ahead and leave it down there for me. I thank you so much for choosing to come back to our little house on the mountain. All of the links are in the description box. You can find all of our downloads and our programs at ourlittlehouseonthemountain.com, and you can find me on Instagram at ourlittleHouseOnTheMountain. I love and appreciate you all, and Lord willing, I will see each and every one of you beautiful, precious souls right here on the next one. Bye, friends.